Red and green Charizard is something. He looks like a lizardy Kermit the Frog. Honestly, this is terrible, and if Charizard continued looking like this for the rest of the games, he would not be the popular Pokemon he is now. He'd be relegated to Empoleon and superior levels. Also, there's fire coming out of his hand too. You can really tell that they didn't know what to do with him just yet, and you know what? Failing is all a part of the learning process. It still sucks though. Red and blue Charizard may not have the correct face yet, but this is an intimidating sprite. I personally would have preferred they just keep this one, but with the similarities to Dragonite, I can see why they moved away from it. But the way he fills the frame, the new wing design, the fact he looks like more muscle than fat now, this is just a really good sprite. Yellow switched up his personality so fast and actually gave him the correct face, which is good. Honestly, comparing this to all other Pokemon Yellow sprites, this is good. However, I have one issue with this sprite. Does everything he eat go straight to his thighs? God damn! Gold and Crystal were focusing on really solidifying his design, and they're getting there. He looks a bit too much like Aerodactyl for my taste, and his wings seem a little small, but they've got the colours sorted, and the mix of slim and beefy is starting to show up. Overall, this is an okay sprite, but it just has some off-putting details. Silver is like the Gold and Crystal sprite, but even more fucked up. His head looks dumb, his claws are dull, his flame looks worse. It's just a bad day to be a fan of Pokemon Silver. Also, a very subtle thing that's a little hard to notice, but for some reason, there is almost no shading on this sprite and he looks so smooth. I'm not a huge fan of that. Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald really nailed this. He fills his space, his colours are bumping, and they finally decided on how the wings should look. His body is proportioned in a way that makes you think he's agile but still very powerful. I just have one issue with this sprite that stops it from being perfect. It looks like when you stroke a dog real hard and its head gets pulled back and its eyes start to disappear. Okay, Fire Red and Leaf Green fixed it. Better pose, longer fangs, better face shape, does not look like a dog being pet too hard. This is Charizard, and as much as I'm a noted Charizard disliker, I have to be impartial and say, this is badass. Bring back this Charizard. Here are the rankings.